Hi everyone, Dr. Urban here. I want to talk to you about what is chronic inflammation and what is the best way to begin to treat chronic inflammation. I have my prop with me today and I want you to think about the prop when you think about what I'm saying, because you're going to hear about what I'm discussing today in the future, because there is a distant drumbeat around chronic inflammation, and it's getting louder coming our way with new discoveries, exciting discoveries. What is chronic inflammation? Think of chronic inflammation as an inflammatory response. What does that mean? Well, let's change our thinking a little bit with the inflammatory response. You think something happens and there's a response and that's it. But what's the purpose of the response? The purpose of the response, whether it's an inflammation or is an outcome, and it is the body's best attempt at that time to deal with the insults, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune that our body is undergoing. Let's take blood pressure, which in many cases, probably most, is caused by inflammation. What's the purpose of the blood pressure? The blood pressure is to get power to many places, including the top story. Well, if you don't have the adequate blood pressure, then you faint with orthostatic hypotension, I can tell you. So the purpose of the blood pressure, even elevated, is to keep things going. And the body adapts and adopts. So it's an adaptive response. What is the best way to treat chronic inflammation? Well, there are new things coming out. But right now, in the present, you may take a food like wild-caught salmon with omega-3s to get the beneficial effects. But what happens when you put that wild-caught salmon in a sandwich made of bread? Is that a plus plus or is that a plus minus? How do you know? Well, there are some things that are new that we need to know about to help you with this chronic inflammation. Now, I am going to be discussing the new stuff, and I'm going, because we are looking for a sort of a unifying principle or big things that can make big changes. Drug companies may come out and give you a medicine that affects an enzyme, and that enzyme is rightfully and truly in the inflammatory process, but it may be only one of the enzymes. And then why is that enzyme activating, say, too much? Well, what's causing that? In other words, why do we have the adaptive response? I will help you with this in future videos. Now, there are two exciting new things. I'm not going to discuss either one right now due to the length of this video. But if you subscribe to my channel, we'll be getting into a series of videos on this subject. Because remember, there are exciting new things for chronic inflammation and how to treat chronic inflammation. Now you know what is chronic inflammation. It does apply to you. Tomorrow it will apply to you. The idea is to use the right inflammatory process and limit when it's out of control. And we say auto-digest our own cells, as we see with autoimmune disease. So it's all connected. It's an inflammatory response. Yes, it may be out of hand, but why is that? Let's study the why is that. That's the drumbeat that's coming down the road, and you will hear more about it all the time. So subscribe to my channel. More health videos are coming, particularly on this subject. I do have exciting things to say, and there'll be more in one video about it. Be well and best wishes.